Strange things sometimes happen to the people we believe will always be there for us. And when they do, we're faced with choices. Choices that can either break us apart or shape us into something new. Following his devastating split with Kelly Ripa, Mark Consuelos has made a surprising life altering decision. And tonight, we're going to talk about it. A bold and unexpected move that has shocked fans and inspired many at the same time. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share may surprise you in every way. For more than 20 years, Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa appeared to be the definition of the perfect Hollywood couple. Their playful on-screen chemistry, strong family life, and shared sense of humor created an image of stability that fans believed would last forever. But as we all know, even the most beautiful stories can carry hidden cracks. When news of their divorce finally became public, it wasn't just another celebrity headline. For millions of followers, it felt deeply personal. A reminder that even the brightest love stories can fade. And my friends, that was only the beginning of Mark's next chapter. Imagine spending half your adult life tied to another person's rhythm, the routines, the dreams, the comfort, the shared joy. Then one morning, it's gone. The house is still lit, the silence remains, but the warmth has disappeared. That's where Mark found himself. And instead of running away or clinging to what was lost, he made a bold choice, one no one expected. Mark decided that popularity would not define his next chapter. This time, the focus was on rediscovering who he truly was once the camera stopped rolling. But before we show you what that looked like, we have to go back to the moment when he nearly gave up. Every divorce brings a crossroads. For some, it's anger. For others, reinvention. For Mark, it was a haunting question. If I'm no longer Kelly's partner, who am I? The answer didn't come easily. Friends recall nights when he wandered the streets of New York in silence, wondering if his best years were already behind him. Yet, as life often proves, even shadows can plant seeds. What if this ending wasn't closing a door, but opening one? It began with a single idea, simple yet powerful, and what that idea led to would surprise everyone. Instead of chasing headlines, Mark stepped away from the spotlight. No late-night interviews, no flashy appearances. He chose silence. He filled notebooks with writing, practiced meditation, and spent long periods in solitude, far removed from the glamour of television. At first, fans believed he was hiding, but in truth, he was building something new. It was in that stillness that Mark found the courage to make a decision that would forever change his life. So what was that decision? Mark Consuelos reportedly walked away from acting and the public spotlight to devote himself to causes far removed from Hollywood. Sources say he invested his time and resources into community development, helping rehabilitate neighborhoods, supporting small businesses, and mentoring young entrepreneurs. For an actor who spent decades on screen, the shift stunned fans. Why would someone so successful choose a quieter, more modest path? The answer lies in a lesson we can all learn. For Mark, divorce wasn't just an ending. It became a mirror, one that showed him success isn't measured by fame or box office numbers. Real impact happens when no one is watching. Giving back wasn't just about helping others, it became part of his own healing. Because sometimes restoring someone else's life helps repair what heartbreak has taken away from your own. And then something unexpected happened. As months passed, purpose grew out of pain. But just as this chapter seemed complete, another surprise surfaced, one many had overlooked amid the divorce headlines. Before acting, Mark had always held a quiet passion for storytelling and literature. During his isolation, he returned to writing. Journals slowly turned into a manuscript, not a Hollywood script, but something deeply personal. Friends believe it's part memoir, part guide for those navigating loss. Could it be published? Insiders say yes, and if it is, the story won't just be about Mark and Kelly. It will be about perseverance, about standing back up when life knocks you down. That's why Mark's journey resonates so deeply. Many people in their later years understand his choice. Divorce, retirement, loss, these experiences touch countless lives. But his story reminds us that no matter our age, we always have the power to choose
For
growth
nearly
over
three
despair.
decades, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos seemed unbreakable. From their beginnings on All My Children to their romantic Las Vegas elopement in 1996, their love story felt like a fairy tale. Fans adored their chemistry and celebrated their bond as proof that lasting love still existed in Hollywood. That's why news of their divorce shocked so many. Even more surprising was Mark's decision in the aftermath, one that could redefine his future entirely. Their relationship was always in the public eye. Together, they raised 3 children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquim, and even co-hosted Live with Kelly and Mark. Their playful banter and candid conversations made them relatable to millions. But behind the scenes, pressures built. Busy schedules, co-parenting challenges, and constant attention reportedly created fractures that eventually became impossible to repair. The divorce, though painful, was a moment of truth. In the wake of the split, Mark reportedly chose to step back from Hollywood to focus on healing and self-discovery. According to sources, he plans to take a hiatus from major projects, choosing reflection over reinvention. One insider shared he doesn't want to jump into another role. He wants to pause, process, and rebuild his life from the ground up. The emotional toll has been heavy. Friends say Mark has been deeply reflective, wrestling with questions about what went wrong. One source revealed he thought they could survive anything. Seeing their marriage end after nearly 30 years shattered him. Stepping away from Hollywood isn't about hiding, it's about creating space to heal. As for Kelly Ripa, while she hasn't spoken publicly in detail, those close to her say she understands Mark's choice. She wants him to be okay. Even though the marriage ended, she still cares deeply. Kelly continues focusing on her career and family as she navigates this painful chapter. Fans reacted with heartbreak and support. Social media flooded with messages of compassion, with hashtags expressing strength and solidarity trending across platforms. Many praised Mark for choosing healing over appearances. So what's next? Sources suggest Mark plans to explore quieter passions, writing, producing, traveling, and reconnecting with loved ones. One insider said, "This is about rediscovery, finding who he is beyond the marriage and beyond the spotlight." Though their marriage has ended, Kelly and Mark's legacy remains. Nearly 3 decades together is no small achievement. Their story, as partners, parents, and entertainers, will not be erased by divorce. Instead, it serves as a reminder that even the strongest love stories can evolve, and sometimes endings are part of life's design. The news of their divorce may have saddened fans, but Mark's decision marks the beginning of something new, a chapter defined by healing, reflection, and transformation. Heartbreak for him is not the end, it's the first step toward rediscovering himself and building a future shaped not by loss, but by growth.